So be grateful for that. There's people that don't have food. Some people don't even have access to clean drinking water. Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. Today I'll be talking about stop complaining and be grateful for the chief things in life. That's what we'll be talking about today, and I have some things down in my notes that I would like to discuss with you all. So let's begin. So stop complaining and be grateful. So let's talk about the chief things in life. And what are those? The chief things in life is raiment, shelter, and food. Okay, that is the chief things in life, the three things that a lot of people don't have in their life. So before you park your lips and complain about your house that you're in, the vehicle that you're driving, the clothes that you have on, think about this. There's people that lives on the streets. The poor population is growing every single day. Here in my state, I see more and more poor people as the weeks go on, the months go on, and it's really bad. I've been driving an older F-150, and it's not the newest car, but guess what? That car has been getting me around from point A to point B, so I'm not gonna complain. That car has been more reliable than the newer cars that I've had, and that car is gonna get me to the money, which is to my job, to get the car that I want. Okay, so let's not complain about the vehicles that we have. It might not be the newest vehicle. It might not be a fancy, expensive vehicle, or Mercedes, or a Bentley, or whatever your taste is. But God bless you with a vehicle, so use it. How can you expect God to bless you with something better and you're not using what He gave you? There's people out here that actually walks to work. They walk to work, or they ride their bike to work. I'm pretty sure if you was to give them your car that might not be as valuable or might not be as pretty to you, if you was to give them their car, they'll probably be so grateful to have that car. You know why? Because they're walking back and forth to work. They're riding a bike back and forth to work. And here where I'm from, normally when a person see you walking around a bike, they automatically think that you don't have a vehicle or that you're homeless. Versus if you say in New York, people are walking everywhere in New York. But there's certain parts of the world when you're walking and riding a bike to work, you feel embarrassed because people automatically assume that you're poor and you just don't have a vehicle. So let's be grateful for the things that we do have, and let's not complain. Okay, so let's talk about food. There's a food shortage right now. There's a famine going on right now in the world. There's certain parts of the world that has a bad famine crisis. I'm going to leave a link down below of some places around the world that has a major famine. Some people don't have no kind of source of getting good healthy food. If you're eating, you should just be grateful that you're eating right now. If you're eating, if you don't like the food that you eat, you should consider a diet. You should consider organic foods. You should invest time into your health and your diet and what foods that you would like to eat more of, whether you have to meal plan it, get some cookbooks, whatever it may be. Don't complain. You don't want to complain. If you choose to eat McDonald's every day, that's on you. But if you're making money and you're able to go back and forth to the stores and grocery shop, you have to shop for you and your family. You have to make sure that they're eating right. So don't be complaining about, oh, this food isn't all that good. If your mom or your father, I'm speaking for children right now. I'm speaking to children right now. If your mom or father cooked a meal for you, a nice home cooked meal, and you start complaining automatically, you're automatically wrong. Because your parents, they could have got something that was just, they could be feeding you junk food. It could be feeding you junk food and not that nice meal that they prepared for you. So be grateful for that. There's people that don't have food. Some people don't even have access to clean drinking water. They don't. They don't have access to clean drinking water. The same water that they use to cook in, they have to take that water and boil it and clean it and drain it and all this different stuff so it can get clean again. But a lot of people don't have a good source of clean drinking water as I'm speaking right now. So consider these things. Stop complaining. Just stop it. Be grateful for that food. Be grateful for that food, that dinner that your mom prepared for you, that your dad worked hard for, your mom, your parents. Be grateful for that food. Because some people are starving. They don't have anything. So be grateful for your food. So next, shelter. Let's talk about shelter. Thank God that you have a roof over your head, that you have a place to cover shame. I'm going to leave the scripture down below concerning that, because some people don't have a place to live. Some people are out here in the streets, they don't have anything. You might not live in the best neighborhood. You're complaining about the neighborhood that you're in. But guess what? If you have a way to get around, to get to work, to make that money, start investing into a home. Start saving up. Start building your credit up to get a nice house, that nice house that you wanted. Start praying to God that he give you the patience and that he bless you with this house that you want. But if you're not praying and talking to God about this house and this upgrade that you need, because there's nothing wrong with upgrading in life. There's nothing wrong with wanting better. But if you're consumed with complaining and moping, oh, my house is trash. Oh, my house is this. You might live in an apartment, a 1-bedroom apartment. You're not taking good care of it. You might not be keeping the floors clean. You letting everybody in your apartment, just anybody, everybody and their mom. You don't care about the apartment, this place that God gave you. How can you expect for him to give you something better or bigger? You're not loving what you got. You're not taking care of it. You can take good care of the apartment. You can make sure you keep the floor clean, get some candles, keep the counters white. Be joyful with that 1-bedroom apartment. And watch how things change for you. It will change your attitude. It will change your spirit. But you're not going to get anything if you just keep complaining. So remember that. Some people live in sheds. Some people live in container houses. Some people live in RVs. And I've seen people live in RVs and tiny houses. And it's so nice. They dress it up so well. Some people are living in their cars. They're taking good care of their cars. They're living inside their cars because they couldn't afford rent. They couldn't afford to pay their bills. So they were forced to move out their homes and live in a car or a bus. People are actually living this way. And they're grateful. I've seen so many nice videos of people, I live inside my car. They keep the inside of their car clean. They go get a car wash. They go to work. They wash up where they can. And then go back to that car. So be grateful for the things, the chief things in life. Okay, the chief things in life, which is food, raiment, and shelter. Be grateful for those, because everyone doesn't have these things. They don't. Before you part your lips and complain, before you start complaining, think about your life. Think about, I could be homeless like this person. I could be on the streets. I could be that girl, that little girl that doesn't have access to clean water. When it's time for my purification, what water am I going to use to wash up with? Am I going to have to use the same water that I'm going to have to drink and cleanse later? Just think about these things before you complain. Always be grateful. So I hope this video was very edifying. I hope you guys love this video. This video was to just remind us to be grateful for the simple things in life, because everyone doesn't have the chief things in life. I will be doing a part 2 video to go along with this. And y'all stay well. Don't forget to like this video, share it, and subscribe. And be well, stay woke, and thanks for watching. Bye.